Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, hello, my name is Layla. Thank you for clicking on the video. I hope that you enjoy it and consider joining the SB fam if you are not already a part of her. And if you are already a part of the SB fam, hey y'all, welcome back. Thanks for being a part of the SB fam. I highly am super thankful and super joyous to have all you ladies and gentlemen as a part of the SB fam. I love being able to chat with you guys and just talk about all of our addictions, bags, planners, all that fun stuff. I greatly appreciate all the love and support on my channel. I really enjoy engaging with you guys in the comments and talking back and forth, as well as on Instagram. So thank you, and thanks for coming back for another video. So this video is going to be a highly requested video. I do wear press-on nails if you are new to my channel, and of course, excuse me. And I have been asked multiple times if I will kind of show what I do. So first, let me just say, I just started wearing press-ons a couple months ago. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. I did exactly what you're about to do today. Watch quite a few YouTube videos of people talking about the press-on nails they buy, the products they use, where they get them, and then the whole process of taking off, putting back on, all that fun stuff. So this is just what I saw in quite a few videos. It looked like it worked for them, so I tried it and it worked for me. So I have been sticking to it because it works. So I'm not sure if I should just... Probably be easier if I just show you guys everything in the beginning and then go from there. So I didn't bring over the press-on nails, so I may just show those in the end, but I do get my press-on nails from Amazon. I'll be sure to link those down below. I have this cute little bag that I just got from Five Below, just something to keep all of my goodies in it, just so that everything is like in one place. So in here I have the what do you call them, cotton balls. Cotton balls that I use to wipe off my nails with the acetone right before the application. This is a bottle that I picked up from the Dollar Tree that has a pump mechanism, and I use this with the cotton ball to actually wipe off the actual oil and stuff off your nails before you put them on. And I'll show you each thing step by step, but I'm just kind of going over the supplies for right now. This is just an extra, I don't know the right name, but an extra like nail clipper I picked up for just kind of getting hang nails and all that fun stuff. I've got some nail clippers. I've got this cutter. I forget the exact name, but I will be sure to link it down below. I've seen them in the beauty supply store, CVS, as well as Amazon, and I think I got mine off Amazon if I'm not mistaken, or possibly Walmart. I can't remember. I think I had it in my cart at Amazon. I was going to Walmart for something. They had it and I picked it up there, but I could be wrong. But these are excellent at actually cutting your artificial nails. So if you purchase them, they're super long, you hate the length, or like me, you're doing the flexibility thing, you put them on long, you wear them, and then when you're ready to go to work, you cut them down short like how mine are right now. This is really good for that. It's actually way easier and faster than using traditional nail clippers. So that's what that is for. And then I have, what do you call it? A buff pad, buff cube, square, I don't know, rectangle. It's rectangular shape, but I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's a buff something. Then I have this I've had for a long time. It's kind of just like... Okay, let's start there. Like I said, I'm no professional. I don't know all the right names for all this stuff. This I use to push my cuticles back. I know sometimes press-on nails come with that wooden stick, but I don't really like using it. I had so many splinters as a child. I'm like paranoid of wood stuff. So this is actually what I use to push my cuticles back. I also have this other one here that I use sometimes, and sometimes I even use this. Oops, so sorry about that. Sometimes I even use this while my nails are in the bowl, and I actually use it to try to scrape off some of the extra. I haven't had to do that with most of the nails that I've gotten from Amazon or from the local drugstore, but some of the more expensive press-on nails that I've purchased, because they're not supposed to be, you know, used once and you're done. They're like reusable nails. They're designed to last a little longer. Therefore, they take a lot longer to break down. So I used this the last time I had a set on to help get it off. I kind of used the straight side that's on this end. And then this side that's actually curved a little bit, I also use this to push my cuticles back sometimes. It just depends on which one I pick up first. This is a bag that came with one of the expensive press-on nails that I purchased, so I honestly haven't taken anything out of here yet. I just tossed it in the bag, so it's not something I currently use. This I use sometimes to help get off some of the excess of the acetone, or the, not the acetone, excuse me, the nail glue, or some of the press-on nail if it didn't kind of melt all the way. So I use this for that. And then sometimes I use it in the bathroom when I'm washing my hands right after taking off an old set. But I also have a smaller one of these that I keep in the bathroom, so I usually just use this one here. This is the infamous nail glue. I did see this in videos. It did come with a couple of the Kiss brand press-on nails that I purchased when I first started putting on the press press-on nails. So this is the Kiss brand pink gel nail glue. This one is absolutely the best. This combined with wiping your nail with a little bit of acetone or alcohol right before putting on a press-on nail, in addition to what I like to call roughing up, like scratching up your natural nail just a little bit. Those three things combined definitely make your press-ons last at least 2 weeks. I change mine every week, so I don't really get to test that theory, but I did one time and I made it the entire 2 weeks, so it definitely works. This is just another, like I said, another nail clipper I have. I don't know the fancy term, but I use it like to get extra skin on the side or to cut off cuticles if I choose to. Then I also have one of those little cuticle cutter things. I don't know the right name for it, but it's kind of like shaped like a V, and you kind of go over your cuticle with it at an angle, and it peels off some of the excess cuticle if you have them. I don't remember what I used this for, but I used this one time to take them off, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's just a pair of tweezers that are pointed, and I don't even remember. I used them for something. Then I have this cuticle remover oil in here. It's got coconut oil. Even though it's designed to remove your cuticles, it's good for moisturizing them. So I actually place it on my cuticles right after I put on a new set, just to kind of moisturize them a little bit. And then I had purchased this Kiss brush on nail glue. It does not work. I kept the bottle because when I say it doesn't work, like the nail popped off the next day. Thank God I work from home. I wasn't embarrassed. It wasn't in the street, but still, I don't think that this one works as well. Let me move this bowl. I'm sorry, y'all. I know that's loud. I don't think this one works as well as the pink gel, but sometimes it is a little bit harder to squeeze out of some of these. Some of these tubes are tougher than others. So I considered, and that's why I haven't thrown this bottle away, I considered pouring this all out and then squeezing as many of these as I can into one bottle so that it's easy to apply as a brush, because this literally is a paint on, like nail polish. It's literally a brush. So the glue itself, like I said, I don't feel it's very strong, but I do think the bottle is useful. So one day when I have extra time, I may do that. The only other thing in here is one of those wood sticks that comes with the press-on nails. I just tossed it in there and never took it out. And then I purchased one of these from Five Below. There's a dried acetone on there. I purchased one of these from Five Below just because it was $5 and it was sitting there looking at me saying, hey, you, miss, I'm doing my nails at the house. You need me. So for $5 I picked it up, but I'll be honest, I haven't used it yet. Honestly, at this point in the game, I'm not real sure that I will, but you never know, and it definitely doesn't hurt, you know, to have your own little manicure set at home with some of the brushes that you do see them using in the nail salon, especially for $5. So hopefully it works since it was only $5, but that's been in here this whole time. And then I'm trying to think what this was because the label came off. Oh, I don't remember the brand, but this was supposed to be an artificial nail remover. So I'm going to guess it. I don't remember what's in it exactly, but I'm going to guess it's some form of acetone and maybe something else is in here. But you're supposed to be able to like squeeze this because it's got a little opening tip right here. You squeeze it and get some underneath the nail. And then these corners, you're supposed to kind of go under each press on and kind of like pry it off. It works, but I guess it didn't come off as easily as I thought it would. And some spots were definitely stuck really good, and so it hurt a little bit with you pulling, and I just find it easier just to soak them off. Now again, if you buy the more expensive press-on nails, like the ones that are like $20 and up for just the set, I've seen them go as high as $90. Insane. But those are made with quite a few layers of the actual polish and the gel and the acrylic and everything they use to make them, so they don't come off very easily. You will have to pry and use oil and soak for a very long time. But the cheaper ones that I use that are so sturdy, they are amazing, from Amazon, they come off pretty easily in about 15-20 minutes of just soaking in straight up acetone. So this here is my acetone. I purchased this from Walmart, and I just get the big bottle. I usually buy 2 to 3 at a time, but it easily removes artificial nails and press-on nails with no problem. You also could use this for removing like gel polish if you wanted to take it off at home for yourself, but 100% pure acetone is bomb. So I just use this and a glass bowl. I just pour it in here, stick my hands in here, and just stay in here for 15-20 minutes. I usually start moving my fingers around and just kind of, you know, taking my other finger and just kind of smoothing it around. Like I said, these particular press-ons, they melt very easily, so in about 20 minutes it's very easy to just like take your finger and just wipe off some of the slime and glue that's left there, and then go from there. So one more thing in here. Only other thing in here is just my fingernail file that I am currently using. And so that's all the supplies that are in the actual bag of mine that I use every week. So I'm just going to pack everything up just to get it out the way, and then I'll just pull out what I need as I need it. But we're just going to get started with soaking off. And of course, like I said, it's usually 15-20 minutes for me. I don't want to, you know, waste you guys' time and have you sitting here watching me for 15-20 minutes. So I'm going to pour it, put my hands in it, show you how I start the process. And then of course I will, you know, get out of the soaking solution and then show you guys what I do next, which is basically just a real quick mini like manicure, nothing major. So I just poured in here. I don't have a set amount. I just kind of pour it till it looks good. I don't really have like a set amount that I pour in there. And then I usually just kind of wipe off the side because I guess I'm not great at pouring. So there's usually some that rolls down the side. And I just set it to the side. I usually take a peek at my phone or a clock or whatever, and then I just put my hands in there. So usually I'm sitting on my bed. I have a towel and a paper towel over my lap. I have this bowl in my lap and I turn on YouTube videos, Netflix, something to watch. And like I said, I just kind of keep an eye on the clock, but I usually get, you know, into the movie and then I just start, you know, kind of pulling my hands out like so and looking at them and see how they're doing. So that's usually what I do, just to go ahead and melt off the old set. Like I said, that acetone ain't nothing to play with. It melts these press-on nails right on off. So if you've watched my previous videos and you've asked me about my press-on nails and where I get them and all that, and you've clicked on the link and gone to Amazon, I've worn quite a few out of that actual bundle. Still got plenty because it's such a big bundle. They're all pretty cute. There's only like one or two I really like, absolutely don't like and don't plan to wear, but they're all cute. That is the set that I have on right now. Is like the pink and orangey one. I thought it was really pretty and colorful, and would look great, you know, with some of the outfits I have picked out that I was taking to Puerto Rico. So again, I just soak in the liquid, and like I said, I usually watch something on TV and go from there. So basically, this is the soak off process, and I will show you guys what I do right after I come out of the actual bowl. All right, y'all, we're back. So soaked in the liquid, as you saw, it was poured in all nice and clear. You can see the difference. So it's clear acetone, and then in here it looks all crazy. Whatever color your press-on nails were, create this like really weird liquid look. So I usually take my hands out, and then this part I already did so I could touch the camera, but I just kind of dry them off with a paper towel, and then this is how they look. So yep, they look busted, they look raggedy. However, they are still strong and they are still healthy. I did see that this one cracked a little bit on the side, but no worries, I'll just cut it down and file it. So they look very white and ashy. So do your fingers, like the skin and stuff. It definitely looks janky, but when you go to wash your hands, you know, that clears up, you know, pretty decently. So this part I usually just pretty much do like a little mini manicure. I forgot to bring a napkin over here, so I don't normally do it at my desk, but of course to record it I need to do it at the desk. So let me grab a paper towel. Sorry about that, y'all. Not all the way prepared. Like I said, I normally sit on my bed and do this and watch YouTube and Netflix and whatever I just feel like watching at the moment while I do this, but I don't want to get this fingernail file stuff all over here. Like I said, I'm usually on a towel on the bed, so I just pretty much file away and just kind of shape them up a little bit. And I usually try to make sure the corners are, you know, a little bit rounded, just like I would if I wasn't wearing press-on nails, and just kind of, like I said, just clean up my nails a little bit. I usually see if there's any, you know, hangnails I want to cut, or any any pieces of my cuticle or anything like that. So it's pretty much what I do here. And I'm gonna cut that, make it a little bit faster to shape this one up. Maybe a little bit more. I don't want to cut it too short, but I'm covering it anyway. And it may just be me, but I kind of feel like my nails have been growing even faster wearing the press-ons than when I was wearing the gel polish just on my natural nails. So could just be me. I could just be delusional, but that's just kind of how it seems to me. But this is usually my process on what I do next. And I usually try to go ahead and file them, you know, get them all shaped up and pretty. And like I said, do whatever I'm going to do with my, this one's kind of long, do whatever I'm going to do with my cuticles. And then the other secret is not putting your hand in water for quite some hours. And like I said, your skin is going to be janky. You are going to notice like peeling stuff, you know, in between your skin and all that. And that's just mostly the acetone. So, you know, don't let it bother you. But One of the other big secrets to wearing your press-ons, like I said, I change mine weekly, so I don't need mine to last that long. Looks weird over here. But you don't want them popping off day 1 or 2 either. So the secret is, once you put them on, not to put your hands in any kind of water for quite a few hours. We in a whole pandemic. You need hand sanitizer, you need soap, you need the works. So that's not really feasible during the day. If you're home and you're off and, I don't know, you just want to be nasty and not wash your hands, I guess you could do that. You know, like if you need to go to the bathroom or whatever, but I would think that that's pretty gross. I think it may be, yeah. And sometimes you'll notice that you'll think all of the press-on nail or all of the glue will be off, and you'll just kind of notice the area looks like a little bit lumpy or a little bit shiny. And if you just kind of pick at it with another nail, you'll see that it's just residual glue or, like I said, a piece of the press-on nail. So usually something you can either pick off or you can kind of foul a little bit to kind of get it to come off. But anyway, the best way personally, and like I said, I watched a couple videos, and when I say a couple, I mean like a lot. So unfortunately, I cannot quote or give that person credit. I don't know who it was, but it was a combination of a couple of different people who said it. But basically, the best way to do it is to do this at night. Go ahead and soak off your nails at night. Go ahead and shape them up. You know, get them. Oh no, that one's broken. Now, if I was wearing my natural nails, that would totally depress me because it's broken all the way up to like the pink meat. But anywho, the secret is no water. So the best way to achieve no water is at night. Put them on before you go to bed. Then you're not missing anything. You're not up, you know, using the bathroom. You're not up, you know, needing hand sanitizer or soap and water or any of that. So I followed suit with that the very first set that I put on, and I've had great success since. I haven't had any issues with anything popping off or anything like that. So okay, I'm gonna have to file this one this way so I can see it. Well, that broke pretty good too. It's all the way up to the pink meat. That is not sexy. But what I do is I go ahead and soak them off that night. That is like the night before my day off, because as you know, I wear mine long on the days off. So I put them on long and then I wear them short the next couple of days. So what I do is I go ahead and soak them off. Go ahead and shape them up. Then I go ahead and take my shower. This way I'm getting the water out of the way, and I don't have to worry about that. I don't really like go to the bathroom often at night, or like wake up in the middle of the night and go. I mean, of course, you know, who doesn't every now and again, but it's not my normal routine, and it usually does not happen the night that I put on the press-ons. So what I do is I go ahead and shape them up and get them the way that I want them. And then I go ahead and take my shower. And then this way I've gotten the water out the way. And when I get out, after I put on my pajamas, then I go ahead and put on the nails and move forward from there. There is a little bit of the old nail right in this corner. So pick that off a little bit. All right. So I'm just going to see if I want to cut any of my cuticle off. I don't think I do. I usually push my cuticles back twice. I usually do it now while I'm like cleaning up and trying to get off like any residue as far as the old press-on nail or the old what do you call it? I can't think of the name of it. Oh, nail glue. There is like a little bit of either. I can't really tell which one, but one of the two stuck right up here by my cuticle, and it's bothering me, so I'm trying to get that out. All right, I think I got it. Okay, so yeah, so I usually go ahead and push mine back now while I'm kind of doing the cleaning process, and then depending on how, I guess you could say, tall the skin stands up is when I decide if I'm gonna like cut off some of the cuticle, which whenever you get a manicure, you notice they always cut it off. I don't know if that's something you really have to do. Like I said, I am no professional. This is just what I saw in some videos. I tried it and I have had great success. And so I'm just kind of, you know, showing you guys what I do. But I usually push the cuticle back now. I don't usually need to cut any off or anything. It's not something I do often. And then after I get out the shower, I push them back a little bit more again, because of course in the water, your hands are warm. At least, you know, for me, I like my showers nice and hot, but and the water is warm. So sometimes the cuticle can kind of soften and it can kind of start relaxing. And you want to make sure that when you put the press on that you get it right to the tip slash barely going underneath your cuticle. Not to the point that you're gonna like get an infection or harm anything, but you want it up there. So you do want to push them back a little bit right before you put it on. So my nails are good to go. Like I said, I'm not wearing them alone, so they don't have to be like all evenly shaped or anything like that. I'm not sweating the fact that some of them are broken. So I usually just kind of go over the top and the sides and all that stuff just a little bit, just to kind of smooth them out and get the excess, you know, anything and everything off. And then, like I said, from here, I go take a shower. So I go ahead and take my shower for the evening. And then I come back and go ahead and put the nails on. So, of course, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to go take my bath. And then when I come back, we'll go ahead and pick out the color and go ahead and show you guys how I put them on. So, do that in a second. All right, y'all, we're back. I'm clean, smelling good, and done with the water for the night. So what I usually do next is go ahead and pick out my nails and lay them out. So these are some of the ones that I have. I don't know if I've linked this one down below before. I don't think so. The first one I ever tried from this company was a solid purple, and I absolutely loved it. Let me move this bottle out the way. I feel like it's blocking some of the light. I absolutely loved it. So I definitely picked up some of the other colors that they have. And this is definitely, you know, one of them, but don't think I want to wear either one of these. So then the next one is the one that I've been linking in a couple of videos. It comes like in this really small, tiny bag. So I kind of moved it to a Ziploc bag, and then actually, oh, can't get them all out at once. Anyway, sometimes I usually lay these out while I am soaking off the nails so that I can be looking at them and trying to decide. And of course, a couple of them have popped off the little holders that they come on. And so I just put them inside. This is the original bag that they came in. So I just put it in here to kind of keep up with it. And then these are sets that I've already worn. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them since my fingers aren't this small. Probably just going to chuck them, but in the meantime, I just have them in here. So move that out the way. So I was thinking about doing the orange since I just wore the pink and orange, but since it's so close, I don't think I want to do that one. The yellow and blue is cute. Well, I don't think I want to do that one. The blue I considered. Something hanging off there. I don't know about that one either. I don't really think I want to do a yellow at all. Probably going to end up doing that pink and purple. This would be really good if someone was an AKA. This is super cute, the pink and the green. I know this black one I'm saving for Halloween week. I have decided that. This blue is cute. I was debating on wearing this one to Puerto Rico with all the blue and the ocean and pools and all that fun stuff, but I decided to go with the pink and orange. The blue is cute, but I don't think I want to, I don't think I want to do the blue. I think I'm leaning towards this pink and purple. So we'll go ahead and pull that to the side. I don't think I want to do white and red. White and purple. I'll be honest with you guys, these glitter ones are so pretty, but they're very textured. I guess I could maybe purchase like a clear nail polish, which I may still have the one from when I covered the button on my Victorine Louis Vuitton wallet, but it's very textured, so it's kind of, you know, scratchy on your skin or whatever. So I haven't worn any of the glitter ones yet, but I may try putting a clear coat of polish on it and then see if they could be worn. This one's really pretty. I love this one, and it would be cute as an accent nail too, like if you're wearing one of these sets but then you make one or two of the nails the glitter one. That would be super cute. This pink and blue is cute, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with purple. That one's cute, and then this one reminds me so much of like candy corn, like the actual candy that you eat. And as you can see, one is missing, so that's what's in that other bag that I talked about. So I think I'm gonna go with the purple one. So once I pick out one, which like I said, sometimes can take me a while, so a lot of times I will, like I said, lay that out on the bed, and then, because I usually do it on the bed, and then just kind of look at it while I'm soaking off so I can make up my mind So once I pick out my set, I have very big thumbs, like my nail beds are very big. So I go ahead and pull those off because I already know that they are the thumbs. And I usually like to go ahead and lay down the nails so that I can put them on. My middle finger is like my second biggest finger, like it's very wide, like the nail bed, you know, from like left to right is very wide. That's what I mean when I say that. So typically I don't know what that is. Typically I know that my middle finger is going to be my next biggest nail. Oops. So go ahead and lay that down. And then my ring finger is usually my next biggest. So I'll go ahead and grab that. And of course, you know, when you don't know what size you wear, you merely do like I just did with the thumb trying to decide what color to wear. You merely just put it over your finger and decide which one, you know, feels good or is comfortable to you. So once you know, you have the same set and you've, you know, worn it a couple of times, you kind of know which ones work. So I know that the next one is my index finger. So I go ahead and pull that down. And this is another reason why I stopped wearing the Kiss brand nails, because I have very wide nail beds. I have very big hands. And the cuticle portion of the nail, this part, the part that goes up by your cuticle on the Kiss nails, was very straight, and I have very round cuticle nail beds. So I did decide to, you know, venture out away from the Kiss nails that you can get in the store and just see what else is out there. And I found these on Amazon and I am in love. So it will be linked down below. Now the pinky one is the one I usually get caught up on. I can never remember which one it is. So it's this one I used before, but I think I found that I felt like it was a little bit big. Or maybe I'm bugging. I think it was number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Oh, 6. Okay, so let me see how 7 fits. 7 is kind of skinny. So I think it was 6 that I was using. I just don't want it to be too big and looking crazy. Okay. So pull off 6 and put that down there. And this one, yep, straight across. Awesome, awesome. All right, so now that we have our 10 fingernails picked out, oh, they look really pretty on camera. The next thing I usually do is go ahead and get my other supplies for, you know, application. So I grab a cotton ball and try to close that back up. I grab that acetone, the nail glue, and what else? Is that everything? Oh, the cuticle oil. I usually do not need the nail clipper by this point. And like I mentioned before, I usually push my cuticles back one more good time just to make sure that they are back and ready. Now you are going to notice that some of the acetone and the kind of, I don't know what to call it, peeling skin, raggedy skin, some of that's still going to be there, and it just takes time for scratching it off. I get a good bit off in the shower, but all of it doesn't come off. So I used to get bent out of shape about it, and now I don't, because usually by, like I said, the first day washing your hands a couple times, it comes off pretty easily. So go ahead and push all my cuticles back a little bit. And you don't want to do it, you know, so gently that it doesn't move, but you don't want to do it so hard that it hurts if you've never done this before. So you do want to push it a little bit. And I got this particular metal one from the beauty supply store. So just push this back a little bit and we're good to go. So after that, I usually put it up. Let me move these cotton balls so they're blocking my bin. Next is when you pull these things off, they do have a little bit of the kind of holder still there. So I usually take my fingernail file and just go ahead and kind of file them a little bit, kind of round the corners just a tad so they're not so sharp. Realistically, I will tell you, especially these, because they're nice and thick, they're not super thin, cheap, and flimsy like the Kiss brand from the drugstore. And I'm not, you know, harping on the Kiss brand at all. So y'all please don't come for me in the comments. It's just, you live and you learn, you use things, you see what you like, you see what you don't like. And those are very soft, very bendable. The portion that's up here by your cuticle is supposed to be soft and flexible and bendable so that it applies easily. But this part should have some type of substance to it, and I find that the Kiss ones do not. They're super thin. They bend very easily, and you know, like I said, the cuticle nail bed portion was very straight. It's not round. It doesn't look very natural, and I have very wide nail beds, so I was having to use the larger sizes that are in the kits, which were never the ones with the bling on them and the cute colors and all of that. And like I said, they just, you know, they weren't my BFFs. So these are my BFFs. So I usually just file off like I said, that little tip part, and then just kind of around the corners just a little bit so they're not so sharp. They are still a little bit sharp, even if you don't file this little, you know, sharp piece off. They still are a little bit sharp that first day, you know, so you want to be careful when, you know, touching others or scratching yourself or what have you. But they do gently soften over time, just like when you get, you know, your acrylic nails done. You know, when you first go that first day, they're just a tad bit tough. So these are kind of the same concept. So I just kind of file the edges a little bit, nothing too extra, make them just a little less scratchy. So I usually just do that. And then, there we go, perfect. All right, so once I've got them all filed, I usually don't need the nail file anymore, so I put it away. So the next thing I do is what I was telling you guys about, which is rough up your natural nail a little bit. So feel like my lighting is not bomb. I might purchase me a ring light, y'all. I really might. I feel like there's a shadow in my videos, which I'm not jumping up and down excited about, but sometimes I feel like it's there and sometimes it's not. So I don't know. I'll get it together. Anyway, so I take, and honestly, y'all, I don't even know which side is like the smooth side, which side is the rough side. I don't know. I just go with the flow. So usually just kind of go back and forth. Like before, when I filed my nail, I was kind of going the same way, at least trying to make it just a little bit smoother. But when I'm getting ready to do nail application, I kind of just go all over the place intentionally to rough up the nail. So what you want to do is make it look, I don't know if you can see that good. I can't see it great in the viewfinder, but you want to make it look all scratchy and kind of raggedy. If I put this one next to it, you see this one is slightly smooth and this one is kind of scratchy. I don't know what the proper word is, but basically you want to make it a little bit rough. All that little kind of rough stuff that's sticking up and all the little kind of, you know, strange little pockets and stuff that it creates to pop this stuff up, the nail glue loves that. It sticks to that, and that's what makes it last longer. So you definitely want to go ahead and just rough them up a little bit, make them all look like they've been through some things. All right, so once I do that, I go ahead and apply my acetone. So typically I go ahead and get my nail glue ready, make sure I'm good to go. Now this one has a screw top, which I absolutely love, but the last time, or should I say the first time I used it, because now I'm now on my second bottle, I noticed it was harder to squeeze it out. So if I have that issue today, I am going to go ahead and cut a little bit off the tip because it was like turning my fingers white trying to squeeze so hard. So I usually go ahead and get that prepped and ready. I get my acetone. I usually do like 3 pumps, make sure my pad is nice and wet, and I just do one smooth wipe per finger. Now, because it is wet, it does leave a little bit of fur, I like to call it, on some of the fingers. So I go through and try to pull it off quickly and kind of, you know, I don't know what you call it, do this, wipe my hands together, kind of in the wind. All right, so now we're good to go. We get that out the way, and I just start applying. I usually start with my right-handed so that I'm using my left hand because I'm not left-handed, I'm right-handed. So while I'm nice and strong and, you know, haven't done it in a while, I go ahead and start with the right hand. So you're supposed to just do 1 drop and call it a day. I usually do 2 to 3, and I kind of paint a little bit with the tip of the actual nail glue. And then I just simply apply. And this part is a little hard because I'm used to doing it over my thigh. Like I said, I normally do this on my bed. You push it under the cuticle a little bit and then you just press down. I normally do my thumbs last because your thumbs are used to actually apply. And let me see if I can zoom you guys in a little bit after I put this one on. But you use your thumb to press and hold, so I try to do the thumbs last, and because my thumb is so big and it covers the whole nail, I can't really see, so sometimes my nails are crooked because when I go down to press, I can't exactly see if it's on very good, and unfortunately this pinky is very crooked. If you can see that, it was pretty much born that way. There's never been an injury, but it has, like, it's almost like it doesn't straighten all the way, unfortunately, and so that nail bed is a little bit slanted anyway. So let me try to bring y'all in some. But this is pretty much how I put them on. Uh-oh, looks like I bumped this while working on the other one. So just 1 by 1, like I said, I usually do, you know, 2 to 3 drops. And again, that's because, like I said, I have big hands, I have big fingers, and I have very wide nail beds. So I usually do quite a few drops, and this is hard to squeeze today. So I'm going to cut it after I finish doing this one. So I usually just kind of, like I said, paint. A little bit more for that side, paint all over, and you want it to move a little bit quickly because the nail glue can dry. So I usually place it on there, Press down just a little bit and then slide up to that cuticle and then press down more. And I usually press and hold for about 10-15 seconds. I think I heard that you're supposed to do like 8 seconds or something like that. I don't know, I'm extra. I just do 10 seconds or so and just kind of make sure it's going to stay really well. So press and hold pretty good until my finger is like white. And usually I get them straight, but like I said, sometimes they are a little crooked, but I just go with the flow. Nothing you can do once it's on unless you want to, you know, hurt your nail a little bit and pull it up. So I'm going to cut this tip off. Actually, let me try and do it over the trash can. So maybe that'll make it come out a little bit faster without me having to squeeze as hard. A little better. All right, so I'm squeezing a couple drops out. And this is a new bottle, but y'all see how I'm like shaking and squeezing it super hard. It's like, I don't know, this one's just tougher than the other one. I guess that's the con to the screw top, because the last one didn't have a screw top. And I don't know, I like the screw top. It's pretty cool. So try to lay that on there pretty good, and oops, struggling a little bit. Get it underneath the cuticle and press. So press for a few seconds. These are super cute. I do really love these two-tone nails. My nose was itching. My only complaint, of course, is when I have to cut them short for work, depending on how high up the second color came. Sometimes I lose all the color and it just looks like it's just one color, which kind of stinks, but I do enjoy being long in what I like to call ratchet. Long and fabulous on my days off. I do super enjoy that, and that is the whole reason why I do press on nails. I'm not doing them to save money from the nail salon or, you know, avoid going or anything like that. I still go. I get my pedicure, my polish change, my eyebrows, all that fun stuff. It's just for my hands. I really enjoy the flexibility that the press on nails offer me with being long today and short tomorrow. So if you are new here and wondering, that's why I do press on. So a little bit under the cuticle and press. So I am loving this color on me so far. Super cute. Alrighty. That one looks, no, it looks okay. I was gonna say it looks a little bit crooked. I don't know about y'all, but my fingers aren't necessarily straight, and to me, my nail beds don't necessarily match up with my finger. Like, they sometimes look like they're crooked in itself. So if you remember, I said I do my thumbs last, so I'm gonna go on and move over to my left hand now, which I'm right-handed, so it's a little bit easier to do. I can squeeze a little bit harder, try to paint it all over, and go ahead and apply that nail. Now here it does start getting a little bit harder because, oh Jesus, see, I'm used to doing on my nail. Because I have the other nails on the other hand. Put it on the cuticle and push. So by now it starts to get a little bit harder to pick up the nails and to definitely get it where I want it. But it's just a work in progress. It's just, you know, let me make sure I'm in frame. Just a work in progress. And this one I am notorious for making crooked. One, my nail bed is a little bit more crooked on this finger. Like I said, it kind of, I don't know, it angles, but the way that my thumb usually applies this one, this is like the #1 nail that I get crooked. So one of these days I will get it together and it won't be so crooked, but it's definitely one that I am notorious for making crooked. I try to follow my nail bed, but when I'm applying the tip, again, I tend to turn it. So that one is very crooked. But I'm also doing this at my desk, and I'm used to doing it on my bed and a little bit angled differently, so it's definitely a little bit more crooked than normal. It actually looks pretty bad, to be honest. But I've never tried to pry one of these off. I can only imagine it's uncomfortable, so I just roll with it and leave it alone for a week. Not a whole lot I can do once it's on. Like I said, I'm no professional. And it's funny because when you do your hands like this, it looks straight. Like, it looks straight to me, but it's not like this. So anyway, keep it going. So looks like it's something on this nail. Let me see if I can take it. I can't tell. Oh, actually, I don't know what that is. Could be some residual glue. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. So continuing to apply glue and kind of paint my nail a little bit. Now when you do paint your nail, you will notice that sometimes the glue can come out the sides or even underneath the nail. You may see it more. So if that bothers you, you may not want to do it. For me, I don't mind it, you know, and kind of in my head, that's another reason why they stick and last as long as they do. So a little under the cuticle and press. But I like just doing the kind of paint process. It just makes me feel like it's adequate glue for it to stay on there well, even though I'm not wearing them a full 2 weeks. I definitely don't want them coming off, and I haven't had any problems with them coming off, you know, with me doing it this way. Every now and again, like I said, I may have a little bit of glue on the side that I need to wipe, or underneath I may see a little bit of glue, but underneath it definitely doesn't bother me. So I just tend to do mine that way. And again, I think you should do things based on your preference as well as the size of your fingernails. If you have, you know, wide nail beds like I do, you know, that one drop that they suggest may not be enough. So keep that in mind and just kind of go from there and make your decision. Hopefully I'm in frame barely. Oh, shoot, it's trying to stick, y'all, before I can get it back to the cuticle. All right, so press down on that one. Sorry about that. I zoomed you guys in, so now I'm trying to stay in frame. I'm a little sad about that pinky, you guys. It's way more crooked than normal. I'm sure I'll get over it by tomorrow, but it's definitely a little bit more crooked than I'm used to seeing. So middle one on, good to go. All right, we just got 3 more. So I hope that this video is helpful to anybody that's, you know, been wondering how I do mine or the process, or never watched one of these videos before. Like I said, I watched quite a few when I first started my press-on nail journey. And of course, you know, because of COVID, a lot of people are doing it for that specific reason. But again, I am doing mine for flexibility so that I can wear them like I would want to wear them, long and gorgeous on my days off, and then short for work. I also noticed that when they're long, a little bit of glue here. When they're long, it's harder to do some things. For me, I pretty much can do everything, but putting on and taking off my jewelry is a challenge. So like putting on my necklaces and certain bracelets that have like the lobster clasp, it is a little harder to do those. So I do have to, you know, recruit the help of my daughter or my husband those days that I am wearing my long nails and can't get it done. I can't imagine trying to wear long nails if I was single and alone with no kids. I probably wouldn't even be able to wear that jewelry, or I may not enjoy wearing them long, you know, if that was the case. But I do appreciate that I have my family members that can help me. It's kind of hard to see the glue under these lights. Help me get into my stuff when I am very long, because it's definitely a challenge. So looks like I got some glue on the side there. It will be a-okay. So hold that down, and then when I go to put this one on, I try to use like this part of my thumb right here instead of the actual nail part, just so that I don't apply pressure, because they say applying pressure after freshly putting on a press-on can cause it to lift or come off, and you don't want that. So I usually try to use a little bit of my actual skin on that thumb versus using my actual tip of my nail. But it's definitely not easy, especially like I said, at this point you now have, see what I mean about the squeezing? This is why I'm thinking about putting it into that other bottle. My nose is itchy today, just because it's this one's very tough to squeeze. It's not as easy, especially now that I've got all these other long nails on. It's definitely a little harder, but want to make sure that I've got plenty on there. So very last one to chase it. So go ahead and put it on and slide up to that cuticle and press. So try to use at least like up in this area as much as possible versus truly right under the nail bed. And this is another one that sometimes I put on crooked because I'm trying not to press so hard with this part of that thumb, because I don't want this thumbnail to come off. So this one sometimes ends up crooked as well, but I try my best to get it as good as I can. And then once they are all on, I go ahead and pack up my supplies. So put my glue up, put my little acetone pump up, throw my cotton ball away. put that up. Won't be needing these scissors. And then this is the only moisture or water that my nails see until tomorrow. So I don't really know if this works. I got it from the beauty supply store. Like I said, it says remover, so it's really designed to help you soften them to take them off. But I usually put this on after my press-on nail application just for, you know, some moisture and, you know, just to make things not dry and everything. So like I said, the rough flaky skin is from the acetone. It typically comes off with a matter of, you know, you picking at it the first night or just washing your hands the next day. It usually comes off pretty easily. So just usually do like so. And that is all. After this, I usually just put some lotion on my hands just to moisturize them. And that is it. That is my entire press on, removal, and application. So the only thing that's different after here, like I said, I usually just put on a little bit of lotion, and then in a couple of days, 2 to be exact, because I only have 2 days off in a row, I pull out my handy dandy clipper that I showed you guys in the beginning. Uh-oh, looks like there's a piece of nail that was in there. I pull this out and I merely insert my fingernails. Sometimes I do it this way, sometimes I do it this way. I honestly don't know which way is correct. I don't know that it matters, but I usually put it in there and just kind of gauge where I want it to cut, like how short. Let me turn it this way so you can see how short I want it to be. And then you just press down. If you can see, this blade is going to come up. So you just press down with the nail in there and it literally just falls off. I mean, it literally just falls off. It's very easy to do. So I go do that. I cut all the tips off. I take the file the corners, make sure they're not sharp. Buff after that to make sure they're not sharp. And then they're short and sweet like how you see them in some of my other videos. So that's how I take off the nails and then put on a new set. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I will definitely link these press-on nails down below, as well as some of the other products like the cutter and the Kiss brand pink gel glue, because that pink gel is what's life. It absolutely works. I've heard of some people using the Dollar Tree super glue and that it works very well. I did purchase it. I did use it one time and I just couldn't get over the smell. So I can't really say if it worked or not because I didn't leave those nails on very long. It was kind of trial and error, figure things out, but this is how they look and I absolutely love this color. Y'all know I love my purple, so thanks for watching another video. Hope that this was helpful. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.